this is Heather with Book Junkie, and today I'm going to be reviewing Crazy House by James Patterson and Gabrielle Car- Charbonnet. Charbonnet. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, Gabrielle. Um, I have read this book before and I thought it was really good, and I just wanted to reread it so I can do a book review about it. And I also purchased the sequel and read the sequel, The Fall of the Crazy House. So that was just like how good of a book it is. Now, everyone pretty much knows who James Patterson is. He is a very well known author. I always kind of find my grandmother or the older population reading the book, so I didn't really have much of a desire to read his books. But this one is very like a young adult book. I really enjoyed it. It was such an easy read. Now, I'm going to be giving this book a 4.3 out of 5. Again, it was an easy read. It's full of suspense straight from the beginning, and it's such an easy book to follow. It's not confusing at all. This book is about twin sisters, Becca and Cassie Greenfield. And Becca ends up disappearing, and Cassie is on a hunt for her. No one in the town seems to want to help Cassie try to find her sister. They don't really care. They think they're going to be disobedient if they do try and find her. Now, Becca is taken to the crazy house, and the crazy house is basically a jail, and the only way out of it is to die. So it's basically death row as soon as you get in. And the book basically goes back and forth between Becca and Cassie's point of view, Becca in the crazy house, and then Cassie going to try to find her. Now, this book does not take place in modern times. It's basically like a Hunger Games book. There is a very small population that lives in various cells, and each cell has their own purpose. Like, it's whether farming, electronics, mining, again, very similar to the Hunger Games. No one leaves their cell, no one enters their cell. It's a small population, so everyone knows each other. So you would think that if someone goes missing, everyone would know and want to try to find them, but they don't. And it's even more weird that they don't try to find them because Becca is not the first person to go missing in their cell. I always loved reading these books that don't take place in modern times, that they kind of take place in another world. But I always wonder, like, if I did live in that, how did they get to that point? How did they go from our normal world here to their world that they live in? I guess they don't really know anything different because that's the only world that they know. So, reading this book was pretty cool. Another thing that I liked is that Becca and Cassie, they are twins, but they are probably complete opposites of themselves, of each other, I should say. Becca is kind of like a wild child. She doesn't like to follow the rules. She just wants to go with the flow and do what she wants. And Cassie is like a star child. She gets good grades. She never misses a day of school. She is up for honors and all of that stuff. So they are very completely opposite of each other. But then through this book, you get to see them kind of transition. Like, you can kind of see Becca almost becoming more of an obedient child and trying to follow the rules, and then Cassie trying to search for her sister kind of becomes more of the wild child and not much of a rule follower anymore. What would really be cool is that if they made a movie out of this book, because it's kind of like the Hunger Games and the Divergent series, and I thought those did really well. Again, I love watching those kind of movies, so please make a movie out of these books because they are really good and I think people would watch them. There wasn't really too much that I disliked about this book. Again, it was just an easy read and it's a young adult book, so I guess there were some parts that were corny, but I mean, I guess that's what happens when an adult reads a young adult book. But it was just like I can finish this book so fast because it was just flipping through all the pages, easy read. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like and subscribe button so you can see more. And please feel free to leave book recommendations in the comments because I love my recommendations. But thank you so much, guys. Bye.